For tomorrow, a little warmer, high of 78.
One thing about the latest breaking news alert is that it may only confuse rather than clarify.
Premiums and deductibles for lower income
chains fell in the news of the Amazon Whole Foods deal.
Down to the meaning of one phrase, bona fide relationship.
That's why NPR News is making space for clear, concise journalism and memorable stories. Make some space for yourself and stand with the facts. Listen every day.
On 91.7 WVXU and 88.5 WMUB.
Support for NPR comes from NPR stations and Fidelity Investments, taking a personal, dedicated approach to wealth planning to help clients build, grow, and preserve their family's wealth. Learn more at fidelity.com/wealth. Fidelity Brokerage Services, LLC. Progressive Insurance, offering its home quote explorers so shoppers can evaluate options in one place when buying home insurance. Custom quotes and rates are available online. Learn more at progressive.com. And Subaru, featuring the all-new 2018 Subaru Crosstrek with standard symmetrical all-wheel drive for all of life's travel adventures. Love is out there. Learn more at Subaru.com. From NPR and WBEZ Chicago, this is Wait, Don't Tell Me, the NPR News Quiz. I'm Bill Curtis. We are playing this week with Roxanne Roberts, Mo Rocca, and Adam Felber. And here again is your host at the Chase Bank Auditorium in downtown Chicago, Peter Sagal.
Thank you, Bill. Bill consults with Secretary of Energy Limerick Perry. In our listener Limerick challenge game, if you'd like to play, give us a call at 1-888-WAIT-WAIT. That's 1-888-924-8924. Right now, panel, some more questions for you from the week's news. Bo, this week, doctors in California are treating several people who believe the way to safely watch the solar eclipse last week was to do what?
To squint, probably.
No.
They thought it would be, they thought they could watch it through like a colander. I tried to do that.
Did you really?
No, I actually got on a plane from New York to Los Angeles, and I looked at the path of totality and my flight path, and I was so excited, and I thought I was going to fly right into the eclipse and go into like a parallel universe.
You were tweeting about this, yeah.
I was really, really excited. When I showed up at the airport, I said to the flight attendant, "This is so exciting." And she said, "Why?" And I said, "Because we're going to fly right into the eclipse." She said, well, keep your shade down then. And she just sort of scolded me. She wasn't fun at all about it.
Really? Did you actually fly through the total eclipse?
Very, very close. We took off too early, so it became very dusk-like.
Oh, I'm sorry.
But yeah, we'll look at through a colander, through a jar of jelly.
No. In this case, I'll give you a hint. The SPF stood for stupid effort.
So people rub suntan lotion on their eyeballs.
That's exactly what they did. Not only did rubbing suntan lotion on their eyeballs not protect them from the brightness of looking directly at the sun, the sunscreen caused irritation to their eyes.
You think?
And they didn't even get that sexy eye tan that everybody wants. So an urgent care clinic in Redding, California reported at least 3 patients showed up in pain after trying this. They said these people now realize their error, and for the next eclipse in a few years, they'll do the smart thing and rub the sunscreen directly on their glasses. That'll work. Adam, this week, a blog finally addressed a little discussed challenge of child rearing, publishing a guide for fathers to help them keep what safe from their children?
Their stash.
Not quite.
Their...
Something very valuable to them. Somebody replaceable. They're jewels, you might say.
Oh, God. They're gonads.
Yes, exactly right.
You know what? I am absolutely in favor. I
know.
A lot of advice.
All fathers of small children are like, yes, where do I find that? This is about those chest-mounted baby carriers like baby Bjorns. They're cute, right? Seeing a kid there, but every new father knows that your baby's legs hang at just the right height to threaten your own little baby Bjorns. Repeatedly. So this week, the Life Hacker blog published a guide to protect your precious parts from the flailing limbs of your children. Before this, the only solace you had was knowing that one swift kick would prevent you from having any more kids to torment you. So they suggest putting an arm over their legs. That makes sense, right? Putting the kid in your back, or seriously wearing a protective cup.
Okay, all right. I understand if we're talking about toddlers, but we're talking about very small children in these,
Well,
right?
very small babies whose legs are just the right length to swing back and
No, I
forth.
understand that, but even if they swing, can they really get sort of the...
Yes.
Really?
Oh, yeah. Trust me on this.
That hard?
No, we are very grateful for this because it's important to address the real victims of child raising, dads, and not the lucky moms, because no baby does anything painful to their genitals ever.
That is just one time, though.
It is.
I think you should say that to your wife repeatedly.
I know.
It was just one time, no big deal.
Yeah.
You know?
I'm gonna not do that.
Coming up, it's Lightning Fill in the Blank, but first it's the game where you have to listen for the rhyme. If you'd like to play on air, call or leave a message at 1-888-WAIT-WAIT. That's 1-888-924-8924. Or you can click the Contact Us link on our website, waitwait.npr.org. There you can find out about attending our weekly live shows right here at the Chase Bank Auditorium in Chicago. And our upcoming shows in Dayton, Ohio, September 28th, and Minneapolis, Minnesota, October 19th and 20th. Also, check out the new podcast live from the Poundstone Institute featuring our very own Paula Poundstone. Hi, you are on Wait, Don't Tell Me.
Hi, it's Spence from Springfield, Massachusetts.
Hey, Spence, you say?
Yeah,
Hey, Spence, how are you?
I'm doing alright. How are you?
Fine. What does Spence, is Spence short for something?
Spence is short for my last name, Spencer.
Oh, that's cool.
It stuck after I was in the
really about to
military,
do
and so
that.
now everybody in the Pioneer Valley calls me Spence.
Well, Spence, welcome
Very
to the show. Bill
lack of
Curtis is now going to
judgment there.
perform for you 3 news-related limericks with the last word or phrase missing from each of them. If you can fill in that last word or phrase correctly in 2 of the limericks, you will be a winner. Are you ready to play?
Yes, sir.
Here is your first limerick.
My 4-year-old's peeing on logs, and my teen chases buses and frogs. The name Scooby Snacks didn't lead me off track. I fed my kids treats meant for...
Dogs.
Yes, indeed, dogs. You know how it is. You're in the snack aisle trying to get something healthy for your kids. There are so many choices, so many bright colors, and the next thing you know, your kids are eating puppy chow. This happened to a British mom who accidentally brought a box of bone-shaped cookies. They looked harmless enough. There was a cartoon dog in the box. They promised to clean teeth and freshen breath. And give her daughter Olivia a thick, shiny coat. So the mom did not notice her mistake until the kids came home and said, "These cookies taste really bad." But look, it is one thing to feed dog biscuits to your kid, but not to give them a dog biscuit until they roll over, that's mean.
That's me. That's bad parenting.
No, don't do that. Okay, Spence, here is your next limerick.
We salmon thought that bears were barbarians, 'cause we swam through their food frenzy carrion. But since weather has varied, they're munching on berries. The grizzlies are now...
Vegetarian.
Yes, they are. There are lots of negative effects. Yes, vegetarian bears. There are lots of negative effects of climate change, melting ice caps, rising sea levels, Al Gore movies, but one benefit. Grizzly bears seem to be becoming vegetarian. Scientists noticed bears on Kodiak Island in Alaska eating elderberries instead of salmon because the berries were getting riper sooner because of the changing climate, and also the berries don't squirm so damn much. This is great news for hikers and fish, less risk of being eaten, but it does mean an even greater danger, sanctimonious vegan bears. Sure, I'd eat you, but, I get just as much protein from this cashew butter, and it is better for the environment. Just eat me! Just
Stop lecturing.
eat me. Here is your last.
Eat me!
My fridge had a certain aesthetic. Informative, cutesy, buffetic. But my brand new appliance just shows blank defiance. 'Cause new fridges aren't...
Magnetic.
Yes, indeed, they're not.
You're good.
High-tech fridges are all the rage. With Bluetooth connectivity, they're connected to the internet, but owners are complaining about one problem. The stainless steel and carbon fiber finishes don't hold magnets, so you cannot stick your kids' drawings to them. not realizing they finally have a good excuse to throw those crappy drawings away. One food blogger got around the problem by attaching magnetic boards to her fridge, so her kid could play with magnetic letters like she used to, confirming that food bloggers are even worse than vegan bears. Bill, how did Spence do in our quiz?
Well, she is military strong, Army strong. She got them all right.
Congratulations, Spence. Well done. Thank you so much for playing. Take care.
Hey yo, I know you like it. I'm winning. Call me the lion, it's the killing competition. I'm the one that you will.
Now on to our final game, Lightning Fill in the Blank. Each of our players will have 60 seconds in which to answer as many fill in the blank questions as he or she can. Each correct answer now worth 2 points. Bill, can you give us the scores?
Adam and Rox each have 3. Mo has 2.
Well, Mo, you are indeed in the third place. You're up first. The clock will start when I begin your first question, fill in the blank. On Wednesday, President Trump urged Congress to support his new blank plan.
Tax cut.
Right. This week, a U.S. district judge blocked Texas's ban on blank cities.
Sanctuary.
Right. On Sunday, it was revealed that a Trump associate attempted to solicit blank's help in building a Trump tower in Moscow.
The Trump associate wanted Russia's help.
Yes, Vladimir Putin specifically, but we'll give it to you. On Wednesday, the Pentagon reported that U.S.-led airstrikes halted an ISIS convoy in blank.
Syria?
Yes, Syria. Yeah, a local news host reporting that first responders in Houston were desperately sharing water out of a single tiny cup was corrected when it's pointed out they were blanking.
Peeing?
No, they were taking shots to celebrate a rescue.
Okay.
Drinking out of it. On Wednesday, the FDA approved a revolutionary form of blank treatment.
Cancer?
Yeah.
treatment?
This week, Look What You Made Me Do, the newest single from Blank, broke records on YouTube and Spotify.
Taylor Swift.
Yes, a woman who lost her wedding ring in a vegetable garden over a decade ago discovered it this week on Blank.
In the produce section of Whole Foods. On Amazon, that.
No, on a carrot. On a carrot, which she pulled from the ground, revealing her wedding ring.
Great.
The 84-year-old woman finally found her lost ring thanks to the vegetable that looks most like an elderly person's terrifying fingers. While a heartwarming story, her husband was somewhat dismayed to learn that for 13 years, technically, he had been married to a carrot. Bill, how did Mo do on our quiz?
6 right, 12 more points. He has 14 now, and you're leading, Mo.
Congratulations.
Well done, Mo.
We flipped a coin. Adam is elected to go next. So, Adam, here we go. This week, Defense Secretary James Mattis froze Trump's blank military ban pending further study.
Transgender.
Right. This week, an independent investigation revealed that employees at blank had opened an additional 1.4 million unauthorized accounts.
It happens every day, but Wells Fargo.
Yes, on Sunday, Trump lifted a ban on sending military equipment to blank.
Local police.
Right. On Wednesday, a monsoon caused havoc in Nepal, Bangladesh, and blank.
India.
Right. This week, China approved a ban on long company names after widespread publicity of a condom company called blank.
Put this thing on your thing for ultimate happiness.
No, the company is called, quote, "There is a group of people with dreams who believe they can make the wonders of life under the leadership of Uncle New Internet Technology Company Limited."
Yeah, that one. It's my second guess.
This week, Dara Khosrowshahi was picked as the new CEO of rideshare company Blank.
Uber.
Right, on Sunday, the season finale of Blank set a ratings record with 16.5 million viewers.
Game of Thrones.
Yes, after stating that he would not wear eclipse glasses because, quote, "our ancestors didn't have fancy eyewear and they didn't all go blind," rapper Joey Badass was forced to cancel a string of concerts because blank.
He could not see.
He went blind, yes. Just a few hours after the Brooklyn rapper tweeted, quote, "Am I crazy for watching the eclipse today with no glasses?" He canceled 3 upcoming shows, citing unforeseen circumstances. And I guess from now on, unforeseen everything. Bill, how did Adam do on our quiz?
Well, he got 7 right. That's 14 more for him. 17.
Well, congratulations. And how many then does Roxanne need to win?
7 to tie and 8 to win.
Oh my gosh. All right, here we go, Roxanne. This is for the game. According to a poll released Thursday, 60% of Americans oppose Trump's pardon of blank.
Joe Arpaio.
Right. On Wednesday, the Pentagon admitted it had been underreporting American troop size in blank.
In Afghanistan.
Right. On Monday, the UN condemned blank's latest missile tests.
North Korea.
Right. This week, a federal judge dismissed former Alaska Governor Blank's lawsuit against the New York Times.
Sarah Palin.
Right. On Wednesday, NHL player Josh Archibald was caught using the Stanley Cup to blank.
To baptize his son.
Yes, this week it was revealed that over 3 million people pirated the fight between Conor McGregor and blank.
Mayweather.
Right. On Sunday, Kendrick Lamar took home the most statues at MTV's Blank Awards.
Is it VMAs? Is that
Yeah, VMAs, Video Music Awards. This week, the TSA at Dublin's airport released a list of the strangest thing passengers have forgotten at security, including blank.
I think one woman forgot a baby.
No, she might have, but in this instance, we were asking about somebody forgetting a headstone reading, "You will never be forgotten." At the departure's drop-off point, forgot about it, drove away. Thankfully, the airport was able to reunite the headstone and its minder. Had it updated to read, okay, now you'll never be forgotten. Pinky swear. Bill, did Roxanne do well enough to win?
She did very well with 7 points. She got 14 more, and that is 17 tied with Adam.
Congratulations to both of you. And condolences to Mo. For being technically the only person who didn't win this week.
I always wanted to be special.
In just a minute, we're going to ask our panelists to predict, now that Amazon and Whole Foods are merged, what will be the next surprising retail partnership. But first, let me tell you that support for NPR comes from NPR stations, and Lumber Liquidators, a proud sponsor of NPR, offering more than 400 styles, including hardwood, bamboo, laminate, and vinyl, with flooring specialists in hundreds of stores nationwide. More at lumberliquidators.com or 1-800-HARDWOOD. TIAA, whether it's investing advice, banking, or retirement, TIAA believes smart financial decisions should enable life, not define it. TIAA calls it the new success story. Learn more at TIAA.org. And Angie's List, who's committed to helping over 6 million members choose local service pros in their community. Over 20 years of members' reviews are available online. More at angieslist.com. Angie's List, home is where our heart is. Wait, Don't Tell Me is a production of NPR WBEZ Chicago in association with Urgent Haircut Productions. Doug Berman, a benevolent overlord. Philip Goediger writes our limericks. Our house manager is Tyler Green. Our intern is Lane Gerbig. Our web guru is Beth Novi. We'd like to welcome our new business and ops manager, Colin Miller. Glad to have you on board, Colin, and you're sure to enjoy it here for the first few days before you get to know us. BJ Liederman composed our theme. Our program is produced by Jennifer Mills and Miles Dornbos. Technical directions from Lorna White. Our public address announcer is Paul Friedman. Our production coordinator is Robert Newhouse. Our senior producer is Ian Chillog. And the executive producer of Wait, Don't Tell Me is Mike Wooden Specs Danforth. Now, panel, what would be the next big retail partnership? Adam Felber.
A popular hookup app will hook up with a big rideshare app, so a car will pick you up and bring you directly to your tawdry one-night stand. It's Puber.
Roxanne Roberts.
Jack Daniels is teaming up with the League of Women Voters on the theory that if Americans vote as if they're drunk, they might as well actually be drunk.
And Mo Rocca.
Is this inappropriate?
I think at this point we have to let the audience decide that, don't you?
To serve the world's female whale population, Tampax is joining forces with Bounty.
I don't see anything wrong with that. Totally fine.
And if that happens, Mo, we'll tell you about it right here on Wait, Don't Tell Me.
Thank you, Bill Curtis. Thanks also to Adam Felber, Roxanne Roberts, and Mo Rocca. Thanks to all of you for listening. I'm Peter Sagal. We'll see you next week. This is NPR.
Good afternoon, it's 12:59. This is 91.7 WVXU Cincinnati and 88.5 WMUB Oxford. I'm Pam Temple. We have 61 degrees in Cincinnati and 59 in Dayton. This American Life is coming up next. Support
Support for WVXU comes from Inspired Ohio, celebrating the people of Ohio through their positive and uplifting stories. The Inspired Ohio program provides an opportunity to highlight Ohio's heroes who have gone unnoticed through videos, photos, and written stories. Information on sharing a story is at inspiredoh.org.
Connect with us online at wvxu.org.
Support comes from DAP Galleries, University of Cincinnati College of Design, Architecture, Art, and Planning. Open to the public Sunday through Thursday 10 to 5. September 5th through October 18th, Joseph Winterhalter Painting. Myers Gallery Artist Reception Thursday, September 7th from 5 to 7. Details at 556-2839 or at dap.uc.edu/galleries.
Okay, I don't know exactly what this says about Australia, but when you win this big literary prize they have there, the Melbourne Prize for Literature, you're required to spend half the money, half of it, to get out of Melbourne and travel abroad.
Take a twisty road.
It's sort of weird, right? Like they're saying simultaneously, let's celebrate the culture of Melbourne, and then they're giving you the money to escape it.
Or high up.
A few years ago, when this great Australian novelist named Gerald Murnane learned that he was nominated, he asked that his name be withdrawn from consideration.
Because there was no way he was going to leave the country.
This is Helen Garner, an Australian who's won this prize herself, and who wrote about what happened when they wanted to give it to Murnane.
He's noted for the fact that he doesn't like to travel. I don't think he's ever been outside Australia. And he makes a point of saying that he's never going to leave this country. He's never wanted to. And he thinks that everything one needs to know could be known just as well here as anywhere else in the world.
But he's this deeply original writer, and the committee decided to bend the rules for him. Helen was in the auditorium when he received the award.
And he was obviously, in his rather introverted sort of way, terribly happy to have won the prize.
Ghosted.
And he explained to the audience his stand on international travel.
But he said, in the spirit of the prize, he would do something else. He would use some of the prize money to fill his car with gas and drive around to some of the places that he'd lived in and around Melbourne.
And that was when the speech became really wonderful, because he just kind of tilted his head back and closed his eyes and reeled off this list of addresses, his former addresses in the suburbs of Melbourne. And they were very undistinguished parts of town. They're the very obscure suburbs that nobody ever talks about, and nothing dramatic ever seems to happen there. But he reeled them off like somebody chanting or praying by heart. He had them all by heart in chronological order.
Yes, all right. We would say the Avenue Coburg, Reece Street Brunswick, 20 Road Bundoora.
There's no recording of the speech, but when I phoned Gerald Murnane at his home, he was able to recite for me all 20 locations from memory in the order that he lived in them.
Down to the western, you see Ray Street, Pascoe Vale, Bakers Road, North Coburg, Peter Street, East South Oakley, and then Legan Road, South Oakley, and then Filbert Street, South Caulfield.
What we knew was that he was really reciting a kind of a poem of such modestly named places that had such meaning to him.
Winnow Avenue, Frankston, Fitzroy Street, St Kilda, River Street, South Yarra.
And there was something so wonderful about it. And then when he finished and opened his eyes and looked around, the whole place just went up in a roar where everyone was delighted and half laughing and half tearful. It was very moving and wonderful, and I'm terribly glad that I was there.
Gerald Murnane told me even he was moved by it.
Place and locality and these things, they do matter much to me. I've got this sort of mental geography. In a way, it probably was bred into me by the fact that I moved so often. We moved almost every year because my father was a gambler on racehorses and also a restless man who was always looking for...
I got you far
He just couldn't settle in one place. And we lived at all these different addresses.
Everybody else.
When you list them off like that, is the feeling nostalgia, or is it even stronger? Is it a feeling of like, this is me, that in some way you're describing yourself?
You nearly got it right, and I feel a sense of pride. I'm not boasting, but I feel a sense of pride that I survived all that. I mean, when I say survived, we were quite poor.
I I grew up in the suburbs of Baltimore, which is a city not far from Washington, D.C. And I feel like, yeah, Baltimore, Maryland. And when I look back on it, I feel like I understand that it shaped me in certain ways. But I also feel like this is just a random place that happened to be the place that I grew up. Like, there's nothing special about it. I feel no attachment to it. I have no sentimental feelings about the place. And is your attachment to these places now that they seem special in some way, or are they simply familiar?
Well, they certainly don't feel special, and I've said already that I don't go back to visit them.
Somewhere else.
I'm not attached to these places. They attach themselves to me in a sense, and I don't want to go back there. I don't want to be the person I was then, but I do want to remember them. I can't put it any better than that.
Why?
Remember them because they made me. The combination of all the strange experiences that I had, or lack of experience, or yearnings, or unfulfilled wants, they made me.
Put a day on our program. We don't choose where we grow up. We don't choose the family we're born into. And when we head out into the bigger world, that's the private geography we carry with us. Today we have two stories where we see what that geography reveals about two very different people. One of them, the current Secretary of Education, Betsy DeVos. From WBEZ Chicago, This is American Life. I'm Ira Glass. See you later.
Oops.